Welcome back!
Hey Kingdom Kids, welcome back to our weekly Kingdom Kids video. Have you ever been to the zoo? It's one of our most favorite places to go. You can see all kinds of animals.
One of my favorite animals I like to see there is the giraffe. I think they are just magnificent creatures. And do you know they spend most of their life standing up? They even sleep standing up. And their spots are like our fingerprints. No two have exactly the same pattern. Isn't that neat?
This is part of our zoo. In the first chapter of the Bible, Genesis, we learn that God created all of the animals. This includes the fish, the birds, the land animals, the giraffes, and even Lacey. He made every kind of wild animal and every kind of farm animal. He made the creatures that crawl on the ground like insects and creatures that fly like the birds. Can you fly, Lacey? I don't think so. There are some animals that live in the forest, some that live in the mountains, and some that live in the desert. God looked at all the living creatures he had made, and he was pleased. God created the animals to make the world a better place for people. Animals are a blessing, and God created them to multiply and fill the whole earth.
God is amazing. He created 8.7 million different species or kinds of animals. Which one is your favorite? You've got plenty to choose from. God made each animal special and unique so that it could survive in its environment or home. Have you guessed what kind of animal this is? If you guessed porcupine, you are right. A porcupine is a kind of rodent that lives in the woods, and its special quality is its long strands of hair called quills. They're very hard and very sharp, and they use these quills for protection against their predators.
Some animals live in the wild. That means they do not rely on humans for their survival. And some of these animals live in places like the woods or forest behind my house. These animals include rabbits and squirrels, foxes, owls, deer, and raccoons. They eat off the land, and they prefer to stay hidden from people.
If you go outside and just stand and listen, you can hear the air filled with birds chirping or singing. They fly wherever they want to go. Wouldn't it be fun to fly? There are over 10,000 species of birds around the world, and they come in all shapes and sizes with a variety of beaks and feathers. Birds have hollow bones so they can fly better. In my yard, we have bluebirds, songbirds, hummingbirds, goldfinches, and woodpeckers. We care for these birds by providing food in our bird feeder and water in our bird bath where they drink and take a bath. And especially to take care of the birds during the winter time when it is harder for them to find food.
Brr. Some of the animals were made to live in colder regions of the world, like polar bears, narwhals, penguins, and seals.
Fish have their own amazing world underneath the water. God gave fish the unique ability to breathe underwater and to swim using fins. There are 34,000 different species of fish around the world that live in oceans, rivers, creeks, and aquariums like this behind me. Some of these include sharks, jellyfish, bass, trout, and guppies. Here in our aquarium, we have the tropical community fish. We can best care for the fish by keeping trash and chemicals and plastics out of our waters. There used to be a saying that said, "Give a hoot, don't pollute." That saying still applies today.
The rainforests are the really wet climates around the world. The animals that live there are gorillas, sloths, jaguars, monkeys, and anacondas. Animals that live in the desert, they are tough because it is hot and dry. Those animals are like coyotes and camels, bobcats, jackrabbits, scorpions, and rattlesnakes. What, again with the snakes? Oh, it's so hot. Meet Claire. Hi. She's a domestic animal. Domestic animals we do have to take care of, and they can live alongside humans. Domestic animals include dogs, cats, cows, horses, pigs, donkeys, chickens, ducks, and even goldfish. Basically, anything that can be a pet. Let's see how God used domestic animals in the Bible to tell a story.
The Bible shows us many times where God has used animals to make a point, or to teach a lesson. Just think about how many animals were on that ark with Noah. And remember, the raven and the dove was sent out to check for dry land. And what about Daniel when he was thrown in the lion's den? God sent an angel to shut the mouths of the lions so he wasn't hurt. And donkeys. Donkeys are used a lot in the Bible. Mary rode a donkey into Bethlehem before giving birth to baby Jesus. And Jesus rode a donkey into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. And God gave Balaam's donkey the power to speak to help him see the angel of the Lord. Sheep. Sheep were animals that are mentioned all throughout the Bible. Shepherds came to see baby Jesus, and many men earned their living by being a shepherd. And we are referred to God's sheep.
Hi! God uses many types of animals to tell stories in the Bible. Today in our story, God uses a great big fish. Have you ever heard of a man named Jonah? He was a prophet of God. He would listen to God and tell the people what God said. One day, God told Jonah, "Go to the city of Nineveh and tell the people who live there that they are very sinful people and that they need to change their ways." Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh. He was scared of those people in that city. So Jonah decided to run away and hide from God. He caught the first ship out of town and he headed to the opposite direction from where God told him to go. Well, Jonah learned a very important lesson that day. He learned that you might run from God, but you cannot hide. He hid deep down inside the ship and thought, surely God won't find me here. God saw Jonah on that ship and he sent a big storm that tossed the ship around. The other sailors were afraid that they were going to drown. When they found Jonah hiding, they decided that he was to blame for the storm, so they threw him overboard. As soon as they threw him into the water, guess what happened? The storm stopped. God sent a big whale to swallow Jonah up so he wouldn't drown. Do you know that the whale is the biggest animal on earth? Jonah was in the great big whale for 3 days and 3 nights. While in the belly of that whale, he had plenty of time to think. I think he would have lots of time to think in the belly of a whale for 3 days. He prayed to God and told him that he had been wrong to run from him. He promised to do what God asked him to do from now on. Then God had the whale spit Jonah up onto the shore. Then God spoke to Jonah and said, "Get up and go to Nineveh and deliver the message that I have given you." This time, Jonah obeyed God's command and went to Nineveh.
Animals are another gift God has given to us. They are important to us and God's kingdom in many ways. Many animals provide food for other animals and people too. And some are there just to show us the beauty of God. Animals are also used to help keep us safe. Many dogs, like German Shepherds, are trained to be police dogs. They work with police officers to help the community stay safe. Some dogs are also trained to be service dogs. They are taught to help people with disabilities do things like open doors, pick up things, or even turn on light switches. Other service dogs may help people that cannot see or hear, or that want some that just need emotional support. Animals such as sheep, llamas, and alpacas are used for their fur or hair. It is turned into fiber to make cloth. We learned all about this in our Heifer International project. But one of my favorite reasons that animals are important is that they are our companions like Bogey. They keep us company, they love us unconditionally, and they're just part of our family. And did you know something else? They can help with our health. Pets are known to help lower blood pressure and help with anxiety. They also can give good cuddles.
This mama just had a little baby, born about an hour ago. Already standing up. This is baby Cora, and we're so happy to add her to our family.
Animals did not appear by mistake. God created each one of them with care so that they could survive and multiply. But he also needed help with some of the animals, and the first job he gave Adam after he created him was to take care of the animals. It was an important job then, and it's an important job now. Sometimes caring for animals can be lots of fun, especially when they're little. But always they're very hard and tough jobs because they have to be done every single day. If you have a pet, You have to feed them, water them, play with them, bathe them, vaccinate them, and love them.
One way we take care of our animals is to bathe them.
Pets need to have plenty of water available. It's dinner time. Look at them go. They have to share. This is Buddy and Sassy. Summer is a great time for horses because they can eat the luscious green grass, but they also need oats, hay, salt, and lots of water for these hot temperatures.
This is my horse, Quick. Some animals like Quick love attention from humans, but some animals do not. The best way we can care for them is to leave them alone, respect their habitat, and try not to harm them in any way. We share this earth with all animals, so learn about them, look for ways to take care of them, and enjoy them.
God considers all animals good. He tells us that we should rule over them and care for them. This is a huge honor. Every single animal is special to God, and every animal plays an important role in the world. So let's make sure we take care of what God created just for us.
Hey Kingdom Kids, it's Miss Melinda and Violet today, and this week we're talking about animals. In Virtual Vacation Bible School last week, VBS to Go, we talked about how God created the world, and that's what this song is going to talk about. How God created the world, He looked at it, He saw that it was good, and then we're going to talk about 4 of the animals He created, right Violet? The verse goes like this: God saw all that God had made, it was very good. Like the stomping elephant, there's the elephant, it was very good. And then we're going to stand up and go with a stomp, stomp here and a stomp, stomp there. Here a stomp, there a stomp, everywhere a stomp, stomp. You get the idea. Okay, here we go. Are you ready, Violet? Mm-hmm. All right, hold our elephant up. God saw all that God had made, it was very good. Like the stomping elephant, it was very good. Ready? With a stomp, stomp here and a stomp, stomp there. Here a stomp, there a stomp, everywhere a stomp, stomp. God saw all that God had made, it was very good. All right, let's change animals. What we got next? Violet, we want to do our smiling crocodile. There we go. God saw all that God had made, it was very good. Like the smiling crocodile, it was very good. With a chomp chomp here and a chomp chomp there. Here a chomp, there a chomp, everywhere a chomp chomp. God saw all that God had made, it was very good. And we're going to do our growly grizzly bear. What does a grizzly bear say, Violet? Okay, here we go. God saw all that God had made, it was very good. Like the growly grizzly bear, it was very good. With a here and a there, here, there, everywhere. God saw all that God had made, it was very good. The last animal we have is a what? Mouse. A squeaky little mouse. You want to hold him by his tail? God saw all that God had made, it was very good. Like the squeaky little mouse, it was very good. What does he say? With a squeak, squeak here and a squeak, squeak there. Here a squeak, there a squeak, everywhere a squeak, squeak. God saw all that God had made, it was very good. And I was thinking about this song. Those are the 4 animals that are in the song. Let's put the mouse down. But you can make up your own verses. I was thinking about the silly, slithering snake. What would he say, Violet? You could have a silly, slithering snake. You could have a bashful baby bird. If he was bashful, he might go, tweet, tweet, because he wasn't sure what he was going to say. So he'd go, tweet, tweet. Sing about those and see if you can think of a few other animals that you can sing about, okay? And remember, God created everything, and it was wonderful. Even the grizzly bear and the chomping crocodile. Have a great week, Kingdom Kids. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
It's time for Did You Know? Did you know that elephants are scared of bees? And they can have eyelashes that are up to 5 inches long, which is this long. And did you know that polar bears are left-handed, or rather left-pawed? And pigs have excellent memories. The ostrich is the largest bird, but guess what? It can't fly. Dolphins have excellent eyesight and hearing. And this is a really good one. Did you know that zebras are black animals with white stripes? And one of my favorites, the flamingo. Did you know that the flamingo would be white if it didn't eat a diet of beta-carotene?
Animals come in all shapes and sizes, and they each play a unique role in the world we live in. God created every creature with a purpose, and animals benefit us in many ways. We are called to protect, respect, and care for these amazing gifts. Have you decided which is your favorite animal? Go learn more about it and look for ways that you can care for it better. Pay attention about the animals that like to be near people and the animals that don't like to be near people. Respect their environments and habitats. Share the earth with them. Appreciate them for what they are. And take time to enjoy all the wonderful creatures that God has created. If you have a pet at home, go love on it a little bit and thank God for these wonderful animals. See you next week, boys and girls. Bye.
See you next week.